Welcome back on a Sunday morning. Well, you know your mom and Produce Pete.
Oh, yes.
Always says, eat your vegetables. But there's an exception to that rule that's really gaining popularity. From Beverly Hills to Brooklyn, more people are juicing their fruits and veggies.
Yeah, juice joints are popping up in neighborhoods, and even at-home juicers are flying off the shelves these days. But how healthy is it? Dermatologist Dr. Whitney Bowe is here with the truth about juicing. What are the benefits? Why are people juicing these days?
So, yeah, juicing has been all over the news, especially last week during Fashion Week. You know, juicing, there was so much conversation about juicing. There was juices were popping up everywhere. They were behind the stage, you know, at runway shows. There was even a pop-up recharge station in front of Lincoln Center.
Really?
Yeah, so juices are really hot, and, you know, rightfully so. They actually provide a number of benefits for your overall health as well as for your skin, your hair, and your nails.
Okay.
You know, so, but there's not all juices are created equal.
That's what I was going to ask.
There are some pitfalls to be aware of when it comes to juicing.
And you're saying the most important thing to get into your juices are the dark leafy greens,
You got
right?
it, exactly. So there are tons of benefits to juicing. Really, one of the main benefits is that, you know, it helps give you that extra boost of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you wouldn't otherwise get in your diet. And antioxidants are key because they fight free radicals, which have been implicated in premature aging, as well as even in acne. So when you're looking for ingredients to include, you really want to focus primarily on that side of the table.
Okay.
So your dark green leafy vegetables, so things like kale and spinach are just loaded with antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, and they have zinc in them, which help to break down old collagen, build new collagen, and prevent wrinkle formation.
Oh, wow.
So that's great. So that's your main focus. But after those dark green leafy vegetables, then you also want to just include a variety of brightly colored fruits and vegetables in your juices. So things like beets and carrots and apples and berries. You know, so they have tons of things. Vitamins A, C, and E, lycopene, resveratrol, beta carotene.
What do you got on the machine there?
And while you make it, I'm sorry, Gus, I didn't mean to.
No, I'm sorry. I'm excited to play with the appliance, so I just don't hear it.
Once you start putting one together for us, so while you do that, what is the difference between consuming it, just biting into this apple, and juicing as opposed to?
It's very loud.
Yes.
I'll answer that question as soon as we juice.
Okay. All right,
So we're going to start with some kale.
Kale. Now this looks like
kale last week.
Yeah, Pete.
Put that. Be careful. Oh, whoa.
There we go.
Oh, look at
you can
this.
see it juice as we go. And
what's that?
Parsley.
Sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry, that was a little beetle stick. Your
You
celery.
need a little muscle. Here's some celery.
It smells great.
And then cucumber, you want to leave the skin on.
You're putting that whole
The skin
thing
has tons of nutrients in there.
Okay.
And then just to cut the bitterness and add a little bit of sweetness without too much sugar, you want to add a little bit of a pear, and then to give it a little zest, I add a little bit of grapefruit.
With everything in. Now, doctor.
Everything's right in there.
Wow. Now, this obviously is a much better machine than the one I bought. But you know, there's always a lot of people now are using like the NutriBullets, right? And you just, what's the difference between a machine like this and a NutriBullet, where I just put everything in and it makes a nice thick shake?
Right.
Kind
So
of
a
thing?
blender is different than a juicer. A juicer actually extracts all the nutrients out of the fruits and vegetables. So exactly, getting back to what you were asking before, you know, putting in a whole apple or a whole pear into your blender, or just eating it, you're actually consuming the sugars along with the fiber of fruits. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they juice, is they put in too many fruits. Because in a juicer, you're actually separating the fiber from the sugar. So when you drink it, go right ahead, please do.
What am I drinking now? I'm drinking the honeybee. It's probably got too much fruit, right?
Look for things that are green. That's the whole point.
So this is.
So that's got tons of green.
This is very green.
Yes, and green is good because it doesn't have as much sugar, and sugar leads to a process called glycation in the skin. And glycation is when sugar molecules actually bind to collagen and elastin in the skin, and they make those molecules stiff. They don't function properly, and that leads to wrinkles. It also compromises circulation to the skin.
So we want to drink green.
You really want to drink green.
Feel the wrinkles disappearing right now.
Enjoy, Gus.
Liquid
Cheers
Botox.
to you. Dr. Whitney Bowe, thank you so much. She's on the Upper West Side. Thank you so much for coming down. And we're coming right back with a recap of our top stories in the 7-day forecast.